1 week after a road trip to Iowa City, the Badgers made the trip down to Mackey Arena in West Lafayette to square off with the Purdue Boilermakers before beginning a 3-game homestand starting Tuesday night. We'll check out some of the highlights from Saturday's game in West Lafayette. We'll sit down with Badgers senior guard Max Klesmit, and as always, we'll visit with head coach Gard. All coming up on this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
Janicki baseline right will inbound. Looking. And gets it into Xavier Amos low on the right. He'll go up and get it. Gathers and scores. And he'll send it back near midcourt for Tanjay. Tanjay matched up with C.J. Cox. Tanjay a step back three on the way. It's good. John Tanjay's second three-point hit. Wisconsin's within one. Hooks to Gilmore. Badgers down 3 early second half of play. Tanjay steps back, snaps off a 3 straight away. Tie game and 1. Foul called on Caleb first. 3-point bucket for Tanjay. And a free throw coming up. Throws to Blackwell along the left sideline. Tightly defended by Harris. He's really getting into him. John turns the corner to the line. Kicks Janicki. Right corner. 3. Book it. Jack Janicki with his second long ball. 68-58 Wisconsin. Tanjay off the crowd screen. Tanjay baseline right. Steps back. Goes to work again. In a double team. In trouble. Finds Janicki. Left corner 3. Got it. Oh my goodness. Hello Jack Janicki. 71-60 Wisconsin. Brings it up top, throwing to Gilmore, 10 to shoot. Tanjay high on the left, Colvin defense. One pump and a slip into Blackwell, low on the right, throws it up and in.
Just solid basketball. I mean, just solid basketball.
Hoffman-Renn is on him. Max puts it on the deck, locks the dribble to the line, whips it inside. Tanjay slam dunk. Oh, great delivery to Tanjay. He has 25.
This is Wisconsin basketball. Hands off the screen of Crowell. Klesmit for 3, and he buries it. Blackwell driving right lane line, runs it up and in off the glass. Tapped by Crowell, picked up Winter, finds Tanjay down the lane, slam dunk. Slips it in the crowd, low on the left, slam dunk. Finds McGee low on the left, he'll finish.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors, building Wisconsin together. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Our customers have always been our priority.
Our customers are our family, and we want to make sure they know that we'll do everything in our power to lower prices, to be the place that they want to shop.
You're going to see the savings all over the store. We did a deep dive and we took advantage of every lower price, lower costs we could to make it better for our customers.
There's absolutely no reason to shop anywhere but Hy-Vee.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
Well, Badger fans obviously have been excited to see guys like Kamari McGee and Carter Gilmore become more and more threats on the offensive end of the floor. Kamari, in particular, one of the best three-point shooters statistically in all college basketball. But as the old line goes, it didn't just happen now. You go back to the summer months, spring and summer months, and a lot of work put in by those guys and everybody else for that matter. And with that, we welcome head coach Greg Gard. It wasn't like the switch turned on. All of a sudden, the basket seemed bigger. Walk us back, Greg. At the end of the season, you meet with guys. In today's world, obviously, there's a lot of things to talk about, but it generally comes around to skill development. That's the time where that really happens, doesn't it?
It does. And I don't think we reiterate or maybe double down on what they already know. Our players are really smart. They understand what they have to get better at, what they're really good at, and knowing that it's a constant cycle, right? You're never complacent, and you never have a point where you've made it, so to speak. So, in Kamari's circumstance, just continue to work on simple things. I think we've talked about how his ball handling, his decision making, everything, just how he sees the game and how he doesn't get too sped up, but yet is able to play fast, has improved as his career has gone on. But just putting time into it. There's no substitute for time in the gym, and quite frankly, we only get 2 hours with him a week. So in the summer months, so in that June, July to early August window that we have him here, there's 20 times more amount of time that they put in on their own. So it's really a credit to the individuals when they make the jump. It's usually because of the commitment, dedication they make to it, and how much time they put into it.
You mentioned the 2 hours a week, which I guess is better than none. But is there if you were in charge, would you like that number higher, or where would you like it?
It would definitely need to be higher. I understand why it is where it is, because rules are put in place because somebody at some point in time abused them, right? So I think getting to a point where, because there's so much commitment now with revenue sharing coming and everything that has changed in terms of the last 3 years, the ability to players want to be coached, right? And they want to be worked with, and I think if a player really wants to do that, the opportunity that a staff could work with them should be more. But I get where it's come from, where it started, and where it came from. We used to have none, so at least we've made some progress. But that's definitely in an area that I think would be wise to up a little bit.
It's always interesting. I have a chance to pop in there now and then during the summer. And for anybody who thinks it's like summer camp, like the way you would growing up, it's really competitive, isn't it?
Yeah.
They get after it.
They do. Yeah, our summers are, because it's a lot of, they're evolving and growing as the summer goes on, and it's a time for them to push their limits and push each other's limits too. So they know there's not playing time at stake, but at that point in time, and really we kind of let the reins loose, so to speak, and let them, figure some things out on their own. And they definitely, like I said, the competition is always what's good.
One of the things in recent years in college basketball, the beginning of the preseason camp, the gap there between the beginning of camp and the first regular season game, I know you've been an advocate for maybe having some more opportunities against another program. We're in the midst of a season here, and the Badgers getting ready for a stretch drive in a hotly contested Big Ten race. So rather quietly, it's gotten out there that you'll be able to have 2 exhibition opportunities.
Correct. Yeah, you can do 2 exhibitions, 2 close scrimmages. It's still 2 opportunities, that's what I've kind of been voicing my opinion on. Why not more? We have a 42-day window that we can practice 30 of those 42 days. Within that 30 days, we have to put these 2 outside competition events, so to speak, if you want to call them that. But I think the more we can expose our team to outside competition, the more we grow, the more we as a coaching staff learn about who's ready, who's not ready, and we're going to practice anyway. 30 of those days, what's the big deal as long as it's not financially irresponsible, which I think we can all figure a way to do it in the right way. Why not more outside competition, so we learn more about each other and help in our window of trying to get our team to grow, specifically as we have new people on our roster. the more in-game experience we can get before we really get to the real season, I think that's only beneficial.
It seems to make sense in an era where you're trying to generate revenue where you can, but you guys have mentioned this, and I think programs across the country, because of the 42 days for 32 practices, when you get toward the end of it, guys get a little, they fight through it, they get better, but you get a little tired of seeing the same guys, right?
Yes, yeah. Absolutely. So it's always good to have a different color in your radar, so to speak, or in your lens. So I don't see a drawback to it. I see nothing but benefits all the way around if we can have more of those.
Bottom line is all the work these guys put in the summer. We're excited now seeing these guys in big games, big moments. This doesn't happen without all of that stuff.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't just happen, starting in November. There's a lot of not only days, months, but years. You look at the course of these guys' careers well before they got to Wisconsin, the time that's put in, and that gets lost on the outside world. They don't understand how much time, nor should they, because they haven't lived. Unless you lived it yourself as a player or as a coach, you don't understand and fully grasp how much commitment and dedication and time it really takes.
So all these spotlight games going on in front of big crowds, it's all that work with no one in the seats that's not paying off for these guys right now, and hopefully will continue to pay off moving forward. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
And now your action weather broadcast. We've got shifting weather conditions on the horizon. Expect high winds, scattered thunderstorms, cold fronts, and dense fog. It's a wild one out there.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Always good to catch up with one of the veterans, and as we speak with Max Klesmit, how much fun you have? You guys, as we speak, you guys are playing good ball. It seems like everybody gets along, even the new faces. How much fun you having this year?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Winning is obviously fun, but I think the way we're kind of going about it and the way we're prepping for games right now and how we carry ourselves, that's the part that's more fun. The interactions off the court with one another. Hanging out in the locker room, grabbing food, things of that nature. It's been a lot of fun here the past couple months, and looking to finish strong and carry it into March Madness.
All the newcomers that I've talked to, they've mentioned how they've been made to feel welcome almost from the very beginning. Not almost, but absolutely from the very beginning. I would think guys like you and Kamari and Gilly and Stevie, you guys have a big role in that, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was kind of the foundation that was left before, and how Tyler Wall kind of passed it down to us. But you just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. You're surrounded and you're by a lot of the same guys every day, so you want to know who you're working with, who you're playing with, what works for them, what doesn't work for them. But I think the thing that we all appreciate is how we recruit here at Wisconsin, and how the coaches really sort out and find the guys that are a right fit and the right mold for the university, not just the basketball team. So it's pretty easy to mesh together, become friends, for lifelong friends, I should say, and enjoy the time that we got with one another for sure.
I know Coach Gard has talked about that for years, that the best teams around here tend to be the teams that get along. Like in the NBA, maybe you do that, maybe you don't. But here it seems to matter. Have you found that to be the case here as well?
For sure. I think the best teams ever are the teams who get along the most, but can also be the most competitive with one another once you step on the court and get in between the lines. And I think that's what we have going right now here. We got a competitive group that comes raring and ready to go every single day at practice, in the weight room and things about that. I've been preaching that since we first got here and how competitive it is, but our ability to kind of flip the switch off and be each other's best friend off the court, in the locker room, and be good people in the classroom and outside in the real world. I think that kind of carries over to the play, directly translates.
Seems like there's different ways to lead, but it's easy to notice that you and Kamari are vocal as well as lead by example. Has that been a part of your game going back to high school, even before? That's just an important aspect of you as being someone who's willing to lead other guys?
For sure. I think the lead by being a vocal leader is something that was kind of more natural for me, for sure. I think other guys, John Tange, Steve, are more lead by example guys, maybe not as vocal, but definitely setting the foundation for the young guys and how hard you got to work if you want to play and how hard you want to work if you want to be a successful basketball player and a successful person.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, from top to bottom, we got guys who put in a crazy amount of work. Things of that nature.
Everybody's really uptight around here, as you can tell.
No, you can see we run a really tight ship, and everybody's things like that. I mean, keeping a light around each other and making each other smile and laugh, getting to play the game with a ton of joy is something that we preach here and what's working.
Which leads to the next question: is for the radio crowd only. One of his teammates out there goofing around behind us here. When you're at this time of year, middle of the season, or maybe just past the dog days, whatever you want to call it, how do you guys get through it? And not just get through it, but get better during this time of year?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I think a lot of teams throughout the country face this struggle once it gets a little later in the season of who's going to fracture first, who's going to be the first team to give in. Maybe it's, outside noise, schoolwork, internal things in the locker room, things of that nature. But I think, like I've said before, the thing about this group is how connected and together we are as a whole, not just on the floor, but in the weight room, how we carry ourselves off the floor and things like that. I think, with me and Kamari, kind of like you said, being vocal leaders, we do a decent job, I'd like to say, preaching the togetherness part in the locker room. And, being my 5th year playing college basketball, you've really, I've seen what works for teams and what can kind of bring teams down and, what causes issues. But what we got going right now and how we're carrying ourselves and the maturity that, this team kind of walks with, I think it's going to be beneficial for us here later in the season and moving forward.
I know I've asked you this before at various functions. We saw John Tange recently go on a 16-point personal heater.
Yeah.
You've done that a few times and then some. For those of us who haven't, which would be most of us, what's that like? As soon as it leaves your hands, you're positive it's going down?
Yeah, I would say, the heater phase is maybe one would call it. It definitely feels like you're in some sort of a trance, a good trance. Every time you shoot, it doesn't matter if it's from 3 feet or 30 feet. It feels like it's bottom of the net. And, you don't need any rim involved. But I think it all goes into his preparation and how he works, though, and the confidence, but also the humbleness that he carries with himself. I think it's paying off for him, and the hard work is always going to show. I've always said that. You see it with guys like Tange right now, with the heaters he's going on, or you see it in a guy like Gilly, who he's been working his whole life for that moment, and he was ready and he was well prepared for it. But yeah, the feeling of being in a heater is one of one. I hope he can. Hopefully he feels like he's in a heater for a couple more months here. That'd be awesome for our team and everything. But no, I think it comes from his confidence and his humbleness for sure.
It seems like with this team too, Max, and there have been all kinds of teams here through the years that have been this way. It doesn't matter who it is, right? I mean, John had a game he didn't score, and he was as happy as anybody in the locker room. And you just mentioned Carter Gilmore. I mean, how fun has that been for you guys in the locker room? You know better than we do what he's put in to have games like that.
For sure. I think another thing, too, we don't necessarily preach it, but just celebrating others' success. Being your teammate's biggest fan, make sure and he's feeling confident and ready to go because, that's reciprocated. I've always been taught treat others how you'd like to be treated, and I think we got that going as a team kind of mojo, the motto of kind of what we do and how we work. Everybody kind of carries that along with them, even though we don't speak it. That's definitely the feel that we give off. But it's awesome, like I said, seeing those guys, the hard work and everything they put into this finally paying off. It's something that makes you excited, and you're excited for the future. Coach always speaks about, I feel like we're just cracking the roof right there, tapping into the potential of the team we can be. But no, I think it's great for the future and kind of what we have to work for and, keep working towards our goals and things of that nature and that aspect.
Yeah, the final thought, kind of pick up on your last answer there, because Carter Gilmore was saying the same thing, is that as well as you guys have been playing, you feel like you're not at your ceiling yet, and maybe that's as exciting a thought as any right now, isn't it?
100%. Just the fact that, I don't even think we've tapped into 75 or 80% of what our full 100% potential could be. And I think the coaching staff and, specifically Coach Gard does a really good job of preaching that and, making us remember we weren't picked to be where we might finish now at the end of the year before the season. And the mentality about that is still we've never cared about that. We've always came in every day and, brought the metal lunch pail and the bucket hat with us, and we're ready to work and we're ready to go, ready to take on whatever challenge is ever thrown at us. But I think they do a good job of instilling that, the hunger, the dog type of mentality that everybody talks about nowadays in our team as a whole. So, moving forward, we're going to keep working hard, take it day by day, but look to improve a little bit.
Yep, that mentality certainly is paying dividends for Max Klesmit and this Badger team. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
20 seconds to go in the period. Navarro trying to get free. Rivera with a strong hold, or had a strong hold on that ankle. Was able to release though and then get the takedown instead. Rivera finishing the opening period strongly. Northwestern probably content with Massiodiati hanging in there. But getting a takedown in the first points of the match is Fugit. Good shot there, and next thing Odiati knew, he was on the mat.
PR 904.77, not going to get that, but the season's best still in sight. Now it's official that it will be a new season's best for Willems. He is really moving on this final lap, and he is going to win this section. 150.77. Lindemann 23.04 on her last throw. New season's best for her. Third best throw in Division I this year. What's she got in store here? Another good toss.
And now your action weather broadcast. We've got shifting weather conditions on the horizon. Expect high winds, scattered thunderstorms, cold fronts, and dense fog. It's a wild one out there.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors building Wisconsin together. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. One call, that's all.
After a fair amount of travel time in the last few weeks, the Badgers now begin a 3-game homestand. It all starts Tuesday night as the Badgers welcome Illinois into the Kohl Center. Tip time set for 7:30. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. One call, that's all.
Our customers have always been our priority.
Our customers are our family, and we want to make sure they know that we'll do everything in our power to lower prices, to be the place that they want to shop.
You're going to see the savings all over the store. We did a deep dive and we took advantage of every lower price, lower costs we could to make it better for our customers.
There's absolutely no reason to shop anywhere but Hy-Vee.